Suppose there is sun and there is a planet, then the distance between them is SP, and there is force of attraction between the sun and the planet, and it is written as force is inversely proportional to SP raised to 2. When SP is distance between the sun and the planet, Newton proved the force of attraction is inversely proportional to the square of distance between the sun and the planet. And just like Galileo proved, the distance is directly proportional to the square of time. And to prove this, he took a slide and a ball, and this is the ball. And he let it go for 1 unit of time, and time is equal to 1, and started to measure the distance at 12, and it was 1 unit of distance, so it was 1 raised to 2, and distance is equal to 1, which can be written as 1 raised to 2, and time is equal to 1, so I can write is equal to t raised to 2. Then he again let it go for 2 units of time, and time is equal to 2. Then stopped it and measured the distance at 12, and it was 4 units of distance, that was 2 raised to 2. And so distance is equal to 4, which can be written as 2 raised to 2, but time is equal to 2, so I can write is equal to t raised to 2. And then he again let it go for 3 units of time, and time is equal to 3, and started to measure the distance at 12, and it was 9 units of distance, that was 3 raised to 2, and so distance is equal to 9, which can be written as 3 raised to 2, but time is equal to 3, so I can write is equal to t raised to 2. Then he again let it go for 4 units of time, and time is equal to 4, and stopped it and measured the distance at 12, and it was 16 units of distance, that was 4 raised to 2, and distance is equal to 16, which can be written as 4 raised to 2, but time is equal to 4, so I can write is equal to t raised to 2. Then he again let it go for 5 units of time, and so time is equal to 5, and stopped it and measured the distance at 12, and it was 25 units of distance, that was 5 raised to 2, and so distance is equal to 25, which can be written as 5 raised to 2. But when time is equal to 5, so I can write is equal to t raised to 2. And so in this way, Galileo proved that distance is directly proportional to the square of time. And if an object is moving in a direction, it will continue in the same direction until an force acts on it, and this is Newton's first law of motion. Now, if there are 2 forces acting on one object in 2 different directions, then the object will go in a diagonal direction, making a parallelogram with the 2 forces. It has been said that areas of all the triangles made by a planet in equal intervals of time as it goes around the sun in an ellipse are equal, but does the planet really make triangles? Let us see. Suppose there is sun, and if a planet is coming from this direction, it will continue in the same direction until a force acts on it. Because any object moving in a direction will continue in the same direction until a force acts on it. Now, if the sun was acting on it, then it will go in a diagonal direction to point P, making a parallelogram. And then if the sun didn't act on it, then it will go it will continue in the same direction for the same distance in the same interval of time. And RP is equal to ZP because they are the equal distance traveled by the planet in equal intervals of time. Then if the sun acted on it, but because the sun acted on it, it went in a diagonal direction to point Q, making a parallelogram. And QP is equal to R2 because in a parallelogram the opposite sides are parallel and equal. But where are the triangles? First triangle SPZ and triangle SPQ and triangle SPR. And ZP is the height and SP is the base for triangle SPZ, and RP is the height and SP is the base for triangle SPR. And QT is the height and SP is the base for triangle SPQ. Now let's QT is equal to RP because in a parallelogram the opposite sides are parallel and equal. Then RP is equal to ZP because they are the equal distances traveled by the planet in equal intervals of time. RP is equal to ZP. And then both are RP, so can write ZP is equal to RP is equal to QT. Now area of triangle SP and Z is equal to half into base into height by 1. Is equal to half into SP into ZP. And then area of triangle SPR is equal to half into base into height by 1. Is equal to half into SP into RP. And then area of triangle SPQ is equal to half into base into height by 1 is equal to half into SP into QT. But ZP is equal to RP is equal to QT. So instead of ZP I can write is equal to half into SP into RP instead of ZP. Then half into SP into RP, so I can change it. And QT is equal to RP, so I can write instead of in QT I can write half into SP into RP. Now the areas of all the triangles are equal. Half into SP into RP, half into SP into RP, and half into SP into RP. And so in this way, Newton proved that the areas of all the triangles made by plants and going. Areas of all Newton proved that areas of all the triangles made by plants and around an ellipse are equal. So in this way, Newton proved that areas of all the triangles made by a planet in equal intervals of time as it goes around the sun in an ellipse are equal. Suppose the sun and the planet, then the distance between them is sk, and there is a force of attraction between the sun and the planet, and it is written as force is inversely proportional to SP raised to 2. And SP is the distance between the sun and the planet. Newton proved the force of attraction is inversely proportional to the square of distance between the sun and the planet. And to prove this, we must know parallel lines and transversals, from isosceles triangles, similar triangles, parallelogram, and properties of ellipse. Now C, D, and EF are parallel. CD and EF are parallel lines, and AB is a transversal. And this is 180 degrees because it's a straight angle, and this is 180 degrees and it is a straight angle. And if this x, then this is 180 minus x, and because this is 180 degrees it is x, and this is 180 degrees and it is 180 minus x. Then this x, then this is 180 minus x. And this is 1 degrees and it is x, and this is 180 degrees and it is 180 minus x. And then they're called vertically opposite angles because opposite angles are equal. X is equal to x, 180 minus x is equal to 180 minus x, and x is equal to x, and 180 minus x is equal to 180 minus x. Now let's do the names. Angle G is equal to angle K, angle M is equal to angle N, angle Q is equal to angle R, angle J is equal to angle I, and they're called vertical opposite angles because the opposite angles are equal. That angle M is equal to angle J, angle K is equal to angle R, angle G is equal to angle Q, angle N is equal to angle I, and they're called corresponding angles and they're equal. Then angle K is equal to angle Q, angle N is equal to angle J, and they're called interior alternate angles when they're equal. Then angle M is equal to angle I, angle G is equal to angle R, and they're called exterior alternate angles when they're equal. Then angle K, angle J, angle N, angle Q, they're called interior consecutive angles. They're not equal, but their total is 180 degrees. In an isosceles triangle, if these two angles are equal, then these two sides are equal. But if these two angles are equal, then these two sides are equal. But if these two angles are equal, then these two sides are equal. Then it's an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle is a triangle in which any two angles and their opposite sides are equal. Now let's go to similar triangles. Now let's do the sides names. A, B, C, D, E, F. Now if these triangles of this triangle are equal, these triangles of this triangle, then they're similar triangles and the radius of corresponding sides are equal. But what is a corresponding side? If this angle is equal to this angle and this angle is equal to this angle, then the lines between them are the corresponding sides. A is a corresponding side of D, C is a corresponding side of E, and B is a corresponding side of F. Once A by D is equal to C by E is equal to B by F, then they're similar triangles. And similar triangles are triangles in which all the corresponding angles and the ratios of corresponding sides are equal. Now, if this side is parallel equal to this side, and this side is parallel and equal to this side, and it is a parallelogram, then this one is parallel and equal to this side, and this one is parallel equal to this side, and it is a rectangle. And in a parallelogram, the opposite sides are parallel and equal. And in this parallelogram, the height can be inside or outside, and it is perpendicular to the base. Now, in a rectangle, we don't need to draw in the height because one of the sides is a height and it is perpendicular to the base. Now, let's go to properties of ellipse. Okay, and in the ellipse there is a center and there are two foci equidistance from the center, and the singular is focus and plural is foci sides. Then the longest line passing through them is called major axis. The shortest line passing through the center is called minor axis. Then a line passing through the foci, and it is called lateral septum, and it is perpendicular to major axis. And lateral septum is equal to the square of half of minor axis into 2 by half of major axis. And that's a property of ellipse. Now there's a point on the ellipse which can be anywhere on the ellipse, and the two lines joining the two foci. Now, in the total of two lines joining the two foci with any point on an ellipse is equal to major axis, and it's a property of ellipse. Now let us draw the tangent. And the two angles made by two lines joining the two foci with the tangent are equal, and it's a property of ellipse. Now let us draw a line passing through the center, and the line joining the tangent with the point on the ellipse. Now let us draw a line parallel to the tangent, and now let us draw a line perpendicular to this line. Now let us draw a line parallel to the tangent, and the line passing through the center and parallel to the tangent. Now let us draw a line perpendicular to this diameter. Now let's give them names: DK, IH, and QV, and RZ. EC, EF, and QF. Now DK is parallel to RZ, and IH is parallel to RZ, and QV is parallel to RZ. And because EC and EF are part of DK, they are parallel to IH, QV, and RZ. And because QX is part of QV, it is parallel to RZ, IH, EC, EF, and DK. Now let's give the rest of the names. Now suppose there's sun and there's a planet, then the distance between them is sk, and there's force of attraction between the sun and the planet, and if there wasn't a force of attraction between the sun and the planet, then the planet will go to point R on the tangent. But because there's force of attraction between the sun and the planet went to point Q on the ellipse, and at point R on the tangent. And to know what this force is which keeps the planet going around the sun in an ellipse, we must know some properties of ellipse. And the properties are S and H are the two foci equidistance from the center, and that's a property of ellipse. And the longest line passing through them is called major axis, and the shortest line passing through the center is called minor axis. And now a line passing through the foci, and it is called radius vector, and it is perpendicular to major axis. And radius vector is equal to square of half of minor axis into 2 by half of major axis, and it can be written as radius vector is equal to 2bc raised to 2 by AC, and BC is half of minor axis and AC is half of major axis. Now the point and the ellipse which can be anywhere on the ellipse. And radius vector is a constant. Now the two lines joining the two foci with any point on the ellipse is equal to major axis, and that's another property of ellipse. And two angles made by two lines joining the two foci with the tangent are equal, and that's another property of ellipse. Now there are two more properties of ellipse. One is the radius of curves of parts of the inner circle cause of an ellipse is constant, and the other is areas of all the triangles. Areas of all the parallels made by tangents around an ellipse are equal. Now let's draw some equations. Now this triangle SEC and triangle SIH, and EC is part of DK, and E is parallel to IH, and EC and IH are both parallel to RZ. Now let's draw triangle SEC and triangle SIH outside the ellipse for convenience. Now this triangle SEC which is here, triangle SEC, and triangle SIH which is here, triangle SIH. Now there are two triangles, one is triangle SEC and triangle SIH. And EC is parallel to IH, and EI is a transversal and CH is a transversal. And this angle of the small triangle is called this angle of the big triangle, and this angle of the small triangle is called this angle of the big triangle. And they're equal because they are corresponding angles, and the third angle is the same for both the triangles, small and big. Then these triangles of the small triangle are equal to these triangles of the big triangle. Then the similar triangles. And similar triangles are triangles in which all the corresponding angles and the ratios of corresponding sides are equal. EC is parallel to IH, and triangle SEC is proportional to triangle SIH, and S is and SE by SI is equal to SE by SH. And they're equal because the ratios of corresponding sides of similar triangles are equal. And SC is equal to CH. Because S and H are the two foci equidistant from the center, and it's a property of ellipse. And therefore SE is equal to EI. And we call that as equation 1. Okay, now there's triangle PXV, and it is a very small triangle, and triangle PEC. EC is part of DK and XV is part of QV, and EC and XV are both parallel to RZ. Now let us draw triangle PXV and triangle PEC side the ellipse for convenience. And now this triangle PXV, which is here, triangle PXV, and triangle PEC, which is here, triangle PEC. Another two triangles, one triangle PXV and triangle PEC, and XV is parallel to EC, and XE is a transversal and VC is a transversal. Then this angle of the small triangle is equal to this angle of the big triangle, and this angle of the small triangle is equal to this angle of the big triangle, and they're equal because they are corresponding angles. And the third angle is the same for both the triangles, small and big. Then if these triangles are the small triangle are equal to these triangles are the big triangle, then they are similar triangles. And similar triangles are triangles in which all the corresponding angles and the ratio of corresponding sides are equal. And XV is parallel to EC, and triangle PXV is proportional to triangle PEC. And PX by PV is equal to PE by PC. And they're equal because the ratios of corresponding sides of similar triangles are equal, and we can call that as equation 2. Now this triangle PIH and RZ, and IH is parallel to RZ. And now let's draw a triangle in PIH and RZ outside the ellipse for convenience. And now this triangle PIH, which is here, triangle PIH and RZ and SP. Which is here, triangle RZ and SP. Now angle RPI is equal to angle ZPH because the two angles made by two lines joining the two facets with the tangent are equal and as a property of ellipse. And IH is parallel to RZ and PI and PH are transversals. And angle RPI is equal to angle PIH on this transversal, and angle ZPH is equal to angle PH on this transversal, and they're equal because they are integer alternate angles. And then angle RPI is equal to angle ZPH, and therefore angle PIH is equal to angle PHI. Now these triangles are equal, therefore these triangles are equal and their opposites are also equal, and therefore triangle PIH is an isosceles triangle and therefore PI is equal to PH. Now angle RPI is equal to angle ZPH and they're equal because the two angles made by two lines joining the two facets with the tangent are equal and that's a property of ellipse. And since IH is parallel to RZ and PI and PH are transversals, then angle RPI is equal to angle PIH. And angle ZPH is equal to angle PHI. And they're equal because they're interior alternate angles. But we know that these two angles are equal, therefore these two angles are equal and their opposite angles are also equal. And therefore triangle PIH is an isosceles triangle. And therefore PI is equal to PH or PH is equal to PI. And we can call that as the third equation. And now there's a line SP and PH. And now let's find the line SP and PH outside the ellipse. And now there's line SP and PH, which is here. SP and PH. And at center C. SP plus PH is equal to AC plus AC. And they're equal because the total of two lines joining the two foci with any point on the ellipse is equal to major axis, and it's a property of ellipse. And SP can also be written as SE plus EI plus PI. And plus PH is equal, instead of SE plus AC I can write 2AC. But in the first equation we proved that SE is equal to EI, and so instead of SE I can write EI plus EI plus PI is equal to and P in the third equation we proved that PH is equal to PI, and so instead of PH I can write PI plus PI is equal to 2AC. So instead of EI plus EI plus PI plus PI I can write 2EI instead of EI plus EI. And instead of PI plus PI I can write 2PI and is equal to 2AC. Now I'll write EI plus PI in a bracket and is equal to 2AC. Now I'll take 2 that side because doing integrate EI plus PI, it will do by with 2AC. Now the p's are cut. Now the EI plus PI is equal to AC. And instead of EI plus PI, I can write, instead of EI plus PI, I can write PE. And PE is equal to AC. And we can call that as the fourth equation. QR by PV is equal to L point QR by L point PV. And if I cut the L's, then I'll get QR by PV. And QR is equal to PX. Because QR PX is a parallelogram, and in a parallelogram the opposites are parallel and equal. And QRPX is a parallelogram. And the PX by PV is equal to PE by PC, which I have proved in the second equation. That is PX by PV is equal to PE by PC. PX by PV is equal to PE by PC. L point QR by L point PV is equal. Now if I cut the S, then I'll get QR by PV is equal to, but QR is equal to PX, so instead of QR I'll write PX by PV. But in the second equation I proved that PX by PV is equal to P by PC, so I can write is equal to P by PC instead of PX by PV. But in the fourth equation, we prove that PE is equal to AC. And so instead of PE, I can write AC by PC. Now I'll remove QR by PV, PX by PV, and PE by PC. Then I'll get L point QR by L point PV is equal to AC by PC. And we can call that as the fifth equation. Now write L point PV by GV into PV. And if I cut the PV, then I'll get L by GV. And this can also be written as 1 by GV into L by 1. But lambda is equal to 2BC raised to 2 by AC. Lambda zeta is equal to 2BC raised to 2 by AC. And L point PV by GV into PV is equal to 1 by GV into L by 1. But lambda is equal to 2BC raised to 2 by AC. And so instead of L, I can write L point PV by GV into PV is equal to 1 by GV into 2BC raised to 2. Is equal to 1 by GV into 2BC raised to 2 by AC. Then I'll get L point PV by GV into PV is equal to 2BC raised to 2 by AC into GV. And we can call that as the sixth equation. And I can write in QV raised to 2 by QX raised to 2 is equal to QV raised to 2 by QX raised to 2. And it's just like saying that X is equal to X or 2 is equal to 2. And we can call that as the seventh equation. Now the same ellipse. And draw PG and PK. PG and QV, and QV is in parallel to RZ, the tangent. GP and QV, and if I extend QV, then I'll get QN. And QN is also parallel to RZ. And GP is a diameter and a chord, and Q1 is a chord, and a chord is a line which joins 2 points of a curve. And Q&B is being intersected by GP, and so it is cut into 2 equal parts. And because the diameter cuts a chord, the chord is cut into 2 equal parts. And this is of course a part of integral cos of an ellipse is constant, and it's a property of ellipse. Now the product of parts of the first chord is GV into PV. But the product of parts of the second chord is QV into NV. Is equal to, and now I'll draw the diameter. Diameter DQ is also parallel to RZ. And it is passing through the center. So the product of parts of first chord is GC into PC, and the product of parts of second chord is DC into CK. And they're equal because the ratios of slopes of parts of intersecting chords of an ellipse is constant, and it's a property of ellipse. Now instead I can write GV into QV by, because QV is equal to, and we can write QV into QV. Instead and GC is equal to PC, so I can write PC into PC. Because DC is equal to CK, I can write DC into DC. But instead I can also, instead of writing G into PV by Q into QV is equal to PC into PC by DC into PC, I can write GB into PV by QV raised to 2 instead of QV into QV, and instead of, and I can write PC raised to 2 instead of PC into PC, by instead of DC into DC, I can write DC raised to 2, and we can call that as the 8th equation. Now there's a triangle PEF and triangle QXT. And EF is parallel to QX, and EF and QX are both parallel to RZ. Now let's draw triangle PEF and triangle QTX outside the ellipse for convenience. Triangle PEF and triangle QTX. triangle PEF, which is here. Triangle PEF. Triangle QTX, which is here. Triangle QTX. And QT is perpendicular to PE and PF is perpendicular to EF. And EF is parallel to QX, and XE is a transversal, and angle PEF is equal to angle QXT, and they are equal because they are interior alternate angles, and angle PFE is equal to angle QTX, and they are equal because they are right angles. And if these two angles of this triangle are equal to these angles of this triangle, then the third angle is also equal. Then if these angles of this triangle are equal to these angles of this triangle, then the similar triangles. And similar triangles are triangles in which all the corresponding angles and the ratios of corresponding sides are equal. Now EF is parallel to QX. And XE is a transversal, and angle PEF is equal to angle QXT. Angle PEF is equal to angle QXT because they are interior alternate angles. And angle PFE is equal to angle QTX. They are equal because they are right angles. And QX by QT is equal to PE by PF. And triangle PFE is proportional to triangle QTX. And QX by QT is equal to PE by PF. And because the ratios of corresponding sides of similar triangles are equal, but in the fourth equation we prove that PE is equal to AC. And so instead of PE I can write AC. QX by QT is equal to AC by PF. Now I'll draw the same ellipse smaller. And draw a major axis and minor axis. Major axis and minor axis. Now I'll draw a tangent parallel to the major axis and a tangent parallel to the minor axis, and a tangent parallel to minor axis and a tangent parallel to major axis. Now we got a rectangular parallelogram around the ellipse. Now if I know the area of this if I know the area of this parallelogram, then I know the area of the full parallelogram by multiplying it with 4, because there are 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the same ellipse again. And draw PG and DK. Now the tangent parallel to DK, and the tangent parallel to PG, and the tangent parallel to DK, and the tangent parallel to PG. And now let's give the names. Know the area of this small parallelogram, then I know the area of the big parallelogram by multiplying it with 4, because there are 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the area of this parallelogram is equal to the area of this parallelogram, because the areas of all the parallelograms made by the tangents around an ellipse are equal. And as a property of ellipse, the area of this small parallelogram is AC into BC, and AC is the base and BC is the height, and in area of a parallelogram is equal to base and the height. Now write 4 into AC into BC, because there are 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now DC into PF. DC is the base, and PF is the height. And area of a parallelogram is equal to base into height. Now let 4 into DC into PF, because there are 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can cut the 4s and write AC in. And AC into BC by, now take PF this side, is equal to DC. Now take BC that side. Then AC by PF is equal to DC by NP in BC. That means QX by QD is equal to AC by PF. Since it's AC by PF, I can write QX by QT is equal to DC by BC. And now square all sides. And I can call that as the 9th equation. Now writing all the equations from 5 to 9. Now L point QR by L point PV is equal to AC by PC, which we and L point QR by L point PV is equal to AC by PC, which we have proved in the 5th equation. L point QR by L point PV is equal to AC by PC. And L upon PV by GB into PV is equal to 2BC raised to 2 by AC into GB, which we have proved in the sixth equation. L upon PV by GB into PV is equal to 2BC raised to 2 by AC into GB. Now the QV raised to 2 by QX raised to 2 is equal to QV raised to 2 by QX raised to 2, which we have proved in this seventh equation. And QV raised to 2 by QX raised to 2 is equal to QV raised to 2 by QX raised to 2. And it is just like saying that x is equal to x or 2 is equal to 2. And GB into PV by QV raised to 2 is equal to PC raised to 2 by DC raised to 2. And we have proved that in this eighth equation, GB into PV by QV raised to 2 is equal to PC raised to 2 by DC raised to 2. And QX raised to 2 by QT raised to 2 is equal to DC raised to 2 by BC raised to 2. And we have proved that in the ninth equation, QX raised to 2 by QT raised to 2 is equal to DC raised to 2 by BC raised to 2. And now multiplying all the left hand terms, L upon QR by L upon PV, and that's the fifth equation, into L upon PV by GB into PV into QV raised to 2 by QX raised to 2 into GB into PV by QV raised to 2 into QX raised to 2 by QT raised to 2. Now we got L upon PV and L upon PV, and GB into PV and GB into PV, and QV raised to 2 and QV raised to 2, and QX raised to 2 and QX raised to 2. And after cutting all these terms, we are left with L upon QR and QT raised to 2. Multiplying all the right hand terms, AC by PC into 2BC raised to 2 by AC into GB, into QV raised to 2 by QX raised to 2, into PC raised to 2 by DC raised to 2, into DC raised to 2 by PC raised to 2. Now we cut AC and AC, and there's a PC here, and PC raised to 2, so I can cut the raised to and PC. And now BC raised to and PC raised to 2, and DC raised to 2 and DC raised to 2. Now after cutting all these terms, we are left with 2 PC and QV raised to, and by GB into QX raised to 2. Now the left hand terms is L upon QR by QT raised to 2 is equal to, and the left and the right hand terms is 2PC into QV raised to 2 is equal to GB into QX raised to 2. By GB into QX raised to 2. Now I draw the lines PV, SP, and RZ tangent and QXV. is the line SP and PG, which is here. SP and PG, and the line RZ and QXV. RZ and QXV. And C is the center. C center. And C is the center here. Now suppose the sun and this is a planet. The sun didn't act on the planet, then the planet will go to point R and continue in the direction in some time interval. But because the sun acted on it, it went to point Q in a diagonal direction. Now if I reduce the time interval, then Q will be here, and X and V will be here. Now if I reduce the time interval even more, then Q will be here and X and V will be here. Now if I reduce the time interval even more, then Q will be here and X and V will be here. Now observe as Q comes close to P, X and V come close to P. But the sun acts on the planet every second. This constantly. So the Q is very close to P, and X and V become P. So X is equal to V is equal to P. And then time interval E is very small because the sun acts on the planet constantly, continuously, every second. Now the GV and V is equal to P, so I can write GV is equal to GP. And GV is a diameter. Okay, instead of GV is equal to GP, I can write it. And C is the center. GV is passing through the center, and so it is cut into two equal parts. And PC is equal to GC, so I can write 2 GC, and also is equal to PC. And QX is equal to QE because X is equal to V. Now GV is equal to 2PC. 2PC and GV, and QX is equal to QV, so I can cut QV and QX. Now write L upon QR by QT raised to 2 is equal to 1. Now take L this side, then I'll get QR by QT raised to 2 is equal to 1 by L, and we can call that as the 10th equation. Okay, D is directly proportional to S and T is the square of time, and Galileo proved that if an object is found from here to here, then the time it fell and the distance it fell is D, and the time it took to fall the distance is T. But there must have been some force which made the object fall. And you can write force into the square of time is equal to distance. What is time and distance? In this diagram, suppose the sun and this is the planet. The sun didn't act on it, then the planet will go to point R and point R in a straight line and continue in the direction and in some time interval. But because the sun acted on it, it went to point Q in a diagonal direction in some time interval. Hence, you can say that QR is the distance it fell towards the sun. And distance is equal to QR. But what is time? Now the planet is here. Now if we reduce the time to it, then the planet will be here. And triangle SPQ will become smaller. Now if we reduce the time to even more, then Q will be here, and triangle SPQ will become smaller. Now if I reduce the time interval, then Q will be here and triangle SPQ will become bigger. So you can say that time is equal Now if I reduce the time interval, then the Q will be here. Triangle SPQ will become smaller. If I reduce the time interval even more, then Q will be here and triangle SPQ will become smaller. Now if I reduce the time interval even more, then Q will be here and triangle SPQ will become smaller. Then if I increase the time interval, then triangle SPQ will become bigger. You can say that time is equal to the area of the triangle SPQ. But what is the area of triangle SPQ? The area of triangle SPQ is equal to half into base into height by 1. Is equal to half into SP into QT. Now time is equal to half into SP into QT. But because half is a constant, we can remove it, right? Time is equal to SP into QT. Now if I square both sides, then I'll get time is equal to SP raised to 2 into QT raised to 2. Now we know distance and time. Now let us find force. Now force is equal to D by T raised to 2. Now D is equal to QR, so I can write force is equal to QR. Time raised to 2 is equal to SP raised to 2 into Q raised to 2. Instead of T raised to 2 and T raised to 2, I can write SP raised to 2 into QT raised to 2. Now let's apply them. Force is equal to 1 by SP raised to 2 into QR by QT raised to 2. But in the 10th equation, we prove that QR by QT raised to 2 is equal to 1 by L. So instead of QR by QT raised to 2, I can write force is equal to 1 by SP raised to 2 into 1 by L instead of QR by QT raised to 2. But because 1 by L is a constant, I can remove it and write force is inversely proportional to SP raised to 2. But when there is a constant circle, right? Force is inversely proportional to sp raised to 2. And so in this way, Newton proved that force of attraction is inversely proportional to the square of distance between the Sun and the planet.